Eddie, give me another beer, huh?
Mike, why don't you call it a night, huh?
Come on, come on.
I told you, Lee Weber hasn't been in all week.
Don't tell me that, Ada. I've seen his motorcycle or whatever you call it out in front of the place.
Not this week.
All right, what about today?
I was out shopping this afternoon. Look, I feel awful about Ann. And I know how much she meant to you. But why don't you let the police handle this? They'll get to Lee.
Yeah, sure, and by the time he's alibi will be 6 miles long.
If he's responsible, a lot of things could have happened.
You're wrong, Ada. Only one thing could have happened.
Hey, Ada, how about that beer?
Hold your horses.
He's a friend of Lee Weber's, isn't
I don't know. Mike.
Hey, you the new waiter here?
You pal around with Lee Weber, don't you?
Sometimes.
You seen him today?
No.
Look, tell me, how long has it been since you've seen him?
Well, what's it to you? Hey, what are you doing?
A girl was killed today, you understand? A girl Lee Weber liked to push around.
Look, mister, there's a lot of difference between pushing somebody around and killing them. Lee liked to push people around. He's just that way.
Sure, well, this girl happened to be a friend of mine. You ever hear him mention her name, Ann Howard?
Ann Howard, no.
What about Colby? Ann Colby.
She's the girl who pushed that kid off
Yeah,
the...
well, you ever heard him threaten her, say he wanted to get back at her?
I wouldn't know.
Protecting him, aren't you?
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
All right, tell me the truth.
Look, mister, he owes me $20 for over a week and a half. I'd like to see him as much as you.
Mike, stay here. I'll fix your sandwich. Stay here and relax.
Yeah, relax and rot.
You're all wound up, Mike. Stay here and get yourself unwound.
Ada, what's the matter? You afraid I'm gonna do something?
Yes, something foolish, something you'll regret, and something Ann wouldn't want you to do.
Stop here at the Clarion for a minute, Chris. Do you feel like coming in?
No, thank you.
All right. I'll be right out then.
I'll get him right back to you, Mr. Henry.
Tell him it's urgent.
I will. I'll tell him. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Am I glad you're here? This blamed instrument's been jangling itself off the hook.
Well, I can't stay, Dad. I got Chris outside in the car. Wire service has been calling?
Yeah, all of them, plus the Whitewater Sun, plus the Hastings Tribune, and plus a magazine that calls itself Sensational Crime.
Already, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Constance called. She said she finally got Allison to bed. She's doing pretty well, considering. Well, that's mighty rough. Her being the one to find Ann Howard and then having to tell Mike Rossi.
Yeah, it was rough. Maybe too rough. And then tomorrow, the whole thing starts all over again.
The question, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Is the boy in trouble?
Well, the police said they found him down on the beach. Said he climbed up into one of those old Stuyvesant caves when the tide started to come in.
One of the caves? Well, that's quite a feat. I remember I tried that myself on a dare, but I was young and I had my eyesight.
Well, that's what he says.
I just can't understand it. Ann Howard was such a pretty little thing. You should have seen the old-timers over at the boarding house when she came in. They just perked up. And she always had time to try one of Regina's awful cookies and play checkers with old Tom Higgins. And that day, I made her the bulletin board. She went out and got a whole bunch of wildflowers, and she put them in my room. I can't figure out how anyone would want to harm that girl.
Well, what makes you think that's the way it happened?
Look here. You don't mean to tell me you think... Why, she had everything to live for. You've seen her the last couple of weeks. She was radiant. She was in love.
Yeah, I know. I saw her, Dad. But what about the last 17 years, you know? The kind of pain that Ann Howard was suffering, you just don't wash away in a couple of weeks. I mean, maybe she felt she couldn't make it. Maybe she felt she never would.
I don't think you believe that.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. Somebody has to remain unbiased until we find something, anything that's based on facts.
You can bring me a whole bushel of facts, and you won't convince me that that young girl took her life. She had too much spunk.
You may find yourself in the minority with that opinion.
It won't be the first time.
Look, Dad, I gotta get out of here. Listen, would you mind coming in here in your lunch hour tomorrow? I'm gonna need some help in here.
Oh, I will. I hate that jangling instrument, but I will.
All right. Yes.
Is that you, Mr. Carson?
Yes. I wonder what happened to Ron.
I don't know. It's been over an hour.
He should have been here by now. Hey, Chris is down there. Figure that one out.
Who's he with?
Nobody. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Hello, Norman.
Well, what are you doing back here? We've been looking all over for you.
Trying to catch my breath.
Did you have another run-in with Lee?
No.
Well, Allison and I got worried. I went out to your place this afternoon, but you weren't back yet. You conned me, didn't you? You didn't really have an appointment with Dr. Rossi. You just wanted to ride to the beach.
That's right, Norman. I conned you. I just wanted to get to the beach.
How come you're acting so weird?
Am I acting weird? I'm sorry.
Hey, Chris.
Leave me alone, will you, please, Norman?
Hey, what is it? What happened?
Ann Howard died this afternoon. They found her at the bottom of Satyrs Bluff.
What happened?
I don't know.
Was it an accident?
I don't know, Norman. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Hey, look, you look kind of cold. Why don't you come up to the apartment for a few minutes?
I'm waiting for Mr. Carson.
Hey, when you asked me to take you to the beach, I mean, when I dropped you off near the bluff, you figured something was going to happen, didn't you?
I just wanted to go for a walk, that's all.
Well, why'd you lie? Why'd you say you had an appointment with Dr. Rossi?
What difference does it make, Norman? Stop needling me. I've had enough third degree for one day.
Chris?
Is that Mr. Carson?
Yeah.
Hello, Norman.
How did it happen, Mr. Carson?
Well, nobody knows. We'll find out. Come on, Chris. Let's get you home.
Hannah? Hannah?
Mr. Peyton? Were you calling, sir?
Yes. For Mrs. Cord. Where is she?
I don't know, sir.
Have you seen her?
No, sir. Not since this afternoon.
Did you take her for a drive in the car?
No, sir, but I did see her leave the house.
Did she say where she was going?
No, sir. Is there something wrong?
Something wrong? Why should there be? Good night, Thomas.
Good night, sir.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
When you left the house in the afternoon, where did you go? Where?
Martin Peyton and my mother. I'll make them pay. I'll make them pay! You couldn't give that chick anything to live for. You blew the purse on that, Doctor. You were backing a loser.